Welcome to the RadioU Podcast. Coming up, what's the best way to shake a seagull?
Also, Betty Boop, once a beloved pinup, but now a horror movie villain.
All that and more on the way next. It's time to say goodbye to the beloved penny.
Oh.
Yesterday was finally the last day. We knew this day was coming, that the penny will not be minted anymore. The last penny in the United States was minted yesterday.
You've minted your last penny.
And so now it's time to move on. The penny, so many great memories.
Really?
So many things it made possible.
Really?
Yeah.
Like Sandy the horse?
Exactly. What now will become of Sandy the horse? How will we do that? How will we measure if we need to get our tires replaced? How will we do that thing where you race the coins down the drain?
At the children's museums.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes. I still believe this wholeheartedly, that we have enough pennies to last us several generations down the line.
I mean, they don't really go bad, do they?
They don't go bad and they don't go away.
They just disappear under your car seat.
Right.
What about this? What about when you go to the zoo and you need a souvenir, and so you crank one of those pennies in that machine by hand and turn it into a giraffe?
Yeah.
And it's all elongated? What about that? How are we going to do that? Now, we're going to do a nickel?
I mean...
no, thank you.
I mean, you could, but I do feel like, again, we've got so many pennies just weighing us down.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I have so many pennies that I'm never using them. That are just in my change purse or whatever.
You need to go give them to like Kroger now or McDonald's, because they've got signs. They're like, we're out of pennies.
They do?
You haven't seen this?
I haven't.
They're like, we have a shortage of pennies. I don't know if they want you to donate pennies, but they're like, we might not be able to give you exact change.
Oh, wait,
because of the
I may
pennies.
have seen this at a Kroger recently where they were saying like there was a coin shortage or something.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't remember it mentioning pennies. I think it just said coins.
When was the last time you paid with cash for anything?
I paid with cash probably about a week ago at the grocery store. Sometimes I pay with cash at the when I go get gas.
How did you get the cash?
I
just paid with cash. Like, the last time I can remember, it was probably a couple weeks ago now.
Yeah.
And it was because somebody gave me cash because I just had my birthday and anniversary.
Okay.
And so it was one of those. But then prior to that, I'm like, how would I even get cash?
I mean,
where would it come from?
Sometimes I do the cash back. Sometimes people, will pay me back for something that I bought using cash. And then also there's been times when I, will go to the bank and just pull cash out.
You go to the bank and get cash?
Yeah.
Why?
Because sometimes I just like to carry a little bit of change with me, especially if I'm going to a place like a flea market or something like that.
Yeah.
I like to be able to pay with cash because a lot of those places don't usually take card, or they'll have like a $10 or above.
Debate that me and Mrs. Hudson have when we're going to like somewhere that's not in a city.
Yeah.
She's like, we got to get money out. And I'm like, it's 2025. Everywhere takes a card.
I mean, it's a good thing just to have a backup plan.
If they don't take if they don't take a card, I can just move on.
I mean,
I'll be okay.
If you're in a small place, sometimes that might not be an option.
They'll break my knuckles. Day 2 in a row of reacting to a children's movie trailer. 8772 Radio U. Yesterday, the trailer for the Super Mario Galaxy movie dropped. The Super Mario Galaxy movie coming in April. Allie, you saw the trailer, I'm sure.
I did.
Even though you haven't, have you still not seen the first Super Mario movie?
See that I'm like, I'm kicking myself for not watching it yet, but I just checked. It's on a streaming service that I do own. Mm-hmm. So my plan is to watch it hopefully maybe today. Maybe I can watch it today.
It's an easy watch if you need something in the background.
30. Well, I want to pay attention to it since it's my first time.
You don't have to, though.
I mean, but I want to know what goes on.
Okay. All right. It's pretty easy to follow. But what do you think of the trailer for Super Mario Galaxy?
It looks fun, but I definitely feel like there are some things happening that I'm like, okay, yeah, I don't know exactly why this is happening, but I'm assuming when I watch the first movie, I will get in on that info.
Okay. What do you mean by those things?
Like Bowser. What's going on there?
I've seen the first movie more than once. I think 3 times. I don't know why Bowser is tiny and in a castle now.
Okay, so that's not explained in the first movie.
Maybe it's a post-credit scene or something, or maybe I just don't remember.
Okay.
I mean, spoiler alert, obviously they defeat Bowser in the first one, but I didn't know they shrunk him and put him in a little castle.
Okay. Well, apparently they do, because that's in the trailer. And then also the princess, I didn't know who she was.
That's Princess Rosalina.
Yeah.
She's not in the first movie.
Okay. I didn't know who she was.
That's
I've never seen her in Super Mario's, like the game. I've never seen her in any of the games.
You never played like Smash Brothers with her or anything?
I played Smash Brothers, but
she's in there.
I've always played it with Peach and with Daisy.
Oh, yeah, Daisy.
Yeah.
Rosalina going to be played by Brie Larson. People seem pretty excited about that character being included.
Okay.
My takeaway, obviously, I'm not expecting some kind of cinematic achievement from a Super Mario movie. The first one was okay, not much to think about, just like a good time killer, fun for kids. But I have to give them so much credit just in contrast to Disney, why can they make the Super Mario movie and the animation look so amazing?
Yeah. It does look really nice.
And every single Disney movie for the past 10 years feels like it's either halfway put together, like where the CGI or the animation just doesn't feel done.
I will say that's...
Or it's off-putting.
Yeah.
Like when I watched Elio, I was like, I don't like a lot of the Pixar movies now. I'm like, I don't like how this looks.
I think that's more within the last 5 years because I think Moana is still one of the most beautiful animated
Okay, true.
Disney
Moana
movies.
does look good.
Yeah, and that's been out within the past 10 years. But I will say the more recent ones, I'm thinking of Wish and Elio. There is something a little off with the animation. It doesn't quite look right. And so, I think they do need to get back on track with like what Moana looked like and Tangled and all of those ones.
Visually though, Super Mario Galaxy looks fantastic.
It looks amazing.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So they nailed that. And honestly, like for a kid's movie, that's like 75% of it.
Sure.
Just make it bright and colorful and fun. And then also you have like, good characters. So this is going to be a good, I'm much more excited for this than Toy Story 5.
I'm not even watching Toy Story 5.
Yeah. I was kind of thinking, I feel like I should just like.
I'm avoiding at all costs.
Yeah. Protest it a little bit.
Yeah, exactly. I'm ignoring it.
What did you think of the Super Mario Galaxy trailer? Let us know. 8772 RadioU. Well, it's official. You're supposed to yell at seagulls. 8772 RadioU. Some research that was just done by actual scientists at the Center for Ecology and Conservation at the University of Exeter. That's somewhere in the UK. Researchers tested out how to avoid having seagulls try to steal your food at the beach.
Oh.
Just in time for November. Prime beach season.
Yes.
What they found was that you could say the exact same thing to a seagull and like say it in a normal voice or yell, and it may respond to you saying something like, hey, don't take my food. But if you yell at it, that will be much more likely to trigger the seagull to stop in its tracks and probably even leave.
Okay.
They do not like us being angry at them.
Gotcha.
And so if you ever go to the beach again, remember this for 6 months from now. Don't start yelling at the seagulls when they try coming up to you.
Okay. I think my biggest fear with seagulls is that I can handle one.
Uh-huh.
Maybe I can even handle two.
Yeah.
But what happens when I make them angry and they go get their friends?
And then there's a whole flock of seagulls.
Exactly.
You run so far away.
Yes, no. That's my biggest worry is that there'd be lots of seagulls.
Uh-huh.
And then I have no plan of action other than running?
You know what you do is you run through a sail of a boat, and then they all get stuck in it, like Finding Nemo.
Yep.
That's the only secret. Or apparently you can yell it. If they just what's the name of the bird in Finding Nemo? Nigel? Is that his name?
Yeah, I think it's Nigel.
If he just yelled at all of those seagulls, problem solved. Nemo would have been safe. No worries whatsoever. That's according to the study where they tested out. They had like either you could yell at the seagull. They put out food in a Tupperware thing, and they had the obviously they put it in a place where seagulls would be. The seagull would come up to it. They tested out either yelling at the seagull, just saying "leave my food alone" in a normal voice, or just like a robin's song, so that, as like a control, like a neutral, like if nothing was happening.
Okay.
And there was a notable difference between yelling and just talking normally.
Okay.
So you have permission now.
Yeah.
According to scientists, you're allowed to yell at seagulls if you don't want them to take your food.
Just scream
or just
at
bother you. Don't want them to bother you at all.
Yeah.
I think about like the scientist coming home from work after, somebody's asking
Great
him.
breakthrough today.
Yeah, like that's what we realized.
If you yell at birds, they get upset.
They will not want to bother you. Like they
get a little scared.
They made some real progress. But just coming home and like the scientist being stressed from work, like you won't believe the day I've had. We've been dealing with seagulls.
Oh yeah, that would be very fun.
Some people are yelling at them. Some we kept doing the normal voice. It didn't do anything. It did nothing. They kept taking our food.
Yep.
If it was the actual scientist's food. Whoever came up with the best idea to get the seagulls to leave them alone actually got to have lunch. The rest of them didn't.
And if you're worried that you can't yell, and maybe this is what the scientists tried too, because they were playing different things. Pull up the scene of Michael going like, no, from The Office, and just have them play that.
Perfect. Yeah. Or how about this? How about RadioU Battery?
Oh, yes. They'll get real scared by that.
Play RadioU Battery really loudly. I feel like that would do the trick.
Yes.
The seagulls would be gonzo. Watch out, PlayStation and Xbox. There's a new competitor on the horizon. 8772 Radio U. Valve unveiled yesterday their new Steam Machine console.
Steam Machine.
Yeah, the Steam Machine. Kind of sounds like a wrestler.
It does.
The Steam Machine will be releasing in early 2026. It's a new console that they say combines the power of PC gaming with the simplicity of a living room console. It runs on Steam OS 3, boots up in seconds, supports 4K graphics, allows users to stream games from their PC or play them directly. And they say they want to make PC gaming accessible to players who don't want to build or maintain a full gaming rig. Hello? That's me.
Yeah.
I don't even know how. Well, I don't even know what a gaming rig is, but I want gaming to be accessible to me. And so I guess this is for me.
Yeah, I do feel like that is a lot of people are in the same boat as you, Hudson. I know I am, where we don't have the fancy computers that can handle these new massive games. Like I know one of the games that I've really wanted to try is Baldur's Gate. Baldur's Gate is a big game. It needs a big computer to be able to use it. I don't have a big computer.
Yeah.
And so I feel like this is a problem that we've seen with gaming, and especially PC gaming. But even with consoles, like it's harder and harder to be able to have the type of systems you need, whether it's computer or console, to support these games, because these graphics are so big, and you need a big you truly need a big rig to run it.
Yeah. Well, with these fancy computer parts and capabilities come fancy computer prices. We don't know how much it's going to be yet.
Oh, okay.
But I mean, you have to imagine that's going to be where we stop in our tracks. Is that it's going to, when they announce the price, they'll be like, oh, yeah, I didn't want one of those anyways.
Yeah, never mind.
I'm fine just not gaming. I'm curious to see what the price will be when they do get around to announcing that. But other than that, it seems very impressive. I still do have to, if we can reverse a little bit and go back to the name. Not sure that I love the name. It's hard to imagine
Steam machine?
The steam machine. It sounds like something you'd use for laundry or, like
But
some
also
kind of part of your beauty routine. It definitely doesn't feel like a game.
But Steam is
a game console.
Steam is the system that you can buy your games through.
Right, yeah, the
so
store,
that's why
the
it's
Steam
called,
store.
Yeah, that's why it's called that.
Yeah, but they still could have called it something else, though.
Sure, they could have, but I understand why they wanted Steam in the name.
If it's so awesome, if it really is so awesome, and it's not like Xbox and PlayStation are exactly, I feel like they're not exactly killing it, at least for the price of what people are paying. I feel like this could definitely move in to take in some of that space and become a whole new thing of its own.
Well, we keep talking about how Xbox and PlayStation, all of them for their consoles are raising prices. The Switch. That's the one that seems like it hasn't raised prices, but
Switch 2 hasn't raised them yet that I remember.
We're thinking they might.
Yeah.
And also Switch 2 just came out, which means if you have Switch, you had to buy a new console. And so if you want to play like the newer games or whatever, so that causes you to have to spend more money. And not a lot of people love to do that. So if they can come in and let's say be $100 or $200 below what PlayStation and Xbox are charging for their new consoles, and it can still play all the new games, why wouldn't you buy this?
Or maybe it's just a thing of like, it won't feel as expensive because they can't raise the prices when they haven't announced them yet.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's true. Although they did have a first iteration of this, which listen to how different the world was back then.
Yeah.
This came out in 2014. Their initial one, it was $499 for the console. That seems super reasonable.
Yeah, which means there's no chance. I mean, it's probably double that.
Oh yeah, it's nowhere. It's not going to be anywhere near.
And that one didn't do well. Like nobody.
Right.
I don't know who bought that. Nobody.
I didn't know it even existed.
It's kind of surprising they're doing this now because that first one did not participate.
Yeah, it didn't do well.
Yeah. So, will you be buying the new Steam machine? Can you think of a better name for it?
Today we're doing Right Up My Alley, and this is a really fun Right Up My Alley theme because this is something that's coming up for me that I've done for several years now, and I'm not doing it this weekend but next weekend, and that is singing in Handel's Messiah.
Nice.
Have you ever heard of that before?
Yes, but I should warn you that as much as I know what Handel's Messiah is, I also, when I think of Handel, start thinking of ice cream.
Oh, okay. Why?
There's an ice cream place, the kind of ice cream place that you can't go inside, but you order through a window. Called Handel's.
Oh, I've never heard of it.
There's one near me, but it's a smaller chain, but
Okay.
it is a chain.
Okay, is it spelled the same way?
I think so, like with the E and the L reverse.
Yeah.
Rather than like a handle.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what I think of. I keep thinking of ice cream.
Well, Messiah is a piece, a very extensive piece of music. Basically, tells the story of Jesus, written by George Friedrich Handel. So I'll give you that little tidbit of information before we run into these questions. If you've never heard Right Up My Alley before, I ask Hudson 3 questions on a topic I know too much about. I guess I should say I've performed it for several years. I think this is my 6th time performing it. And it'll come up next weekend. And it's a part of my university. It's a tradition. This will be their 55th time putting it on. And it's always right around the Christmas season. So you can play along at home. These questions get progressively harder with each one. The first question is, we obviously know the most famous chorus from Handel's Messiah is...
The Hallelujah Chorus.
The Hallelujah Chorus.
This is all I know.
Can you name any of the other choruses from Messiah?
Yeah, of course. The coal miners chorus.
I just told you it's about the story of Jesus. You probably could have guessed something.
He's for everybody. He's for everybody, even the coal miners.
I mean, it's all from scripture,
Oh,
so
okay, gotcha.
you could have picked something. My personal favorite is "For Unto Us a Child Is Born." That's a really fun one. I also
did Amy Grant do that?
Maybe I don't know, but I haven't heard her version of it if she did. But I also love "Since by Man Came Death." That's a great one, and "Worthy is the Lamb That Was Slain." Okay, next question.
I'm off to a good start.
What king of England started the trend of standing during the Hallelujah Chorus? This king stood because he said it was to show respect and reverence for the King of Kings.
Got it. That's good. Let's see. I feel like I have a 1 in 6 chance here because most of the kings have the same name. So let's just go with Henry.
Oh, no. King George II. Yes, he famously stood when hearing Handel's Messiah and said he was standing to honor the King of Kings. Then last question for you. How many days did it take Handel to write Messiah?
It's either like a notably long time or a notably short time. I feel like this was his life's work and he couldn't focus on anything else. And so many people, the relationships broke down because he spent so much time, so many years of life. So I'm going to say 13 years.
It was 24 days.
24 days.
24 days. It said that Handel in that time took very little food, barely slept. And when he finished writing the Messiah, all of the pages were stained by his own tears.
So I was kind of right.
Yeah, it was.
I was right about the thought process.
Yeah. No, that 24 days, like, he barely slept as he just vigorously wrote this. And if you've never experienced or heard the Messiah, I highly recommend it. It is a spiritual experience. That's the only way I can describe it. I love singing it every year, and that music means so much to me. And when I literally read the book of Isaiah, I can't not sing because all of most of the words are from Isaiah. And so I just can't not sing it now.
Oh, you know what's sad is I'm pretty sure that I obviously I've seen the Hallelujah chorus, but I think I've seen the Messiah performed. And I definitely don't have the same memories.
I mean, it's special when you're a part of it and you've done it for, when you actually perform. I hope to perform it every year, as many as I can. I know people that are a part of my group that have done it for decades, and they come back and do it every single year, even though it's a behemoth, because the music is not easy. If you've ever heard of a melisma, you will hate melismas by the time you're done singing Messiah.
Yeah, I've been trapped in a melisma for years. Following in the footsteps of Winnie the Pooh, Popeye, and Steamboat Willie, Betty Boop is the next public domain character to get her own horror movie.
Oh, no.
8772 Radio U. It's just been announced. A new horror movie called Boop is coming soon.
Oh, no.
The story is a team of horror podcast investigators breaks into an abandoned theater to discover the hauntings of the starlet once known as Boop. A simple investigation turns into a horrific bloodbath as they fight to escape the murderous Boop as she is out for revenge.
Why can't somebody just make a good movie about Betty Boop since she's entered into the public domain? Like an origin story for Betty Boop. She's like a pinup, right? So why not do something like that?
That feels like that could really play in 2026 now at this point.
Right.
Well, this doesn't preclude that from happening.
I guess not.
Just because this is out doesn't mean there couldn't also someday be a good Betty Boop movie.
That's true. But the image I'm seeing here of Betty Boop holding somebody's entrails is like making me just really sad.
Yeah, it is pretty upsetting.
I don't like it.
So far, there's no trailer, no release date. All we have is a still image of Betty Boop, and it's pretty clearly just a person with a Betty Boop head on.
Yeah, which, why not just make them look like Betty Boop? There doesn't need to be a mask.
Yeah, like the things they can do with makeup these days.
Yeah.
Just make her look like Betty Boop.
Yeah.
But instead, it's very, it's not
cheesy.
Even a good.
No.
Yeah, no, this is, you will see this and you're like, somehow, even though you know it's all fake, the entrails are still gross. But it's not like Betty Boop could actually eat the entrails with the way this mask looks because there's no way she has a mouth.
Yeah, there's no way. She's just going to look like a Five Nights at Freddy's character.
Exactly. It's very cheap looking.
But also, podcast investigators? Is this supposed to be inspired by Only Murders in the Building? What?
I guess. That's not the only podcast thing there is. But yeah, I think it's in the same vein.
Yeah.
This is what's crazy to me. This obviously very low budget, of course.
Yes.
Looking at the cast, though, there's actually somebody I've heard of.
Oh, is there a cast list?
Yeah. And somebody that I feel like most people, the majority of people listening right now have probably seen this person in a movie before. Spencer Breslin.
I was just going to say, as soon as I saw that name, I was like, I know who you're talking about.
He is in Santa Claus 2. He's Curtis in Santa Claus 2.
Yes.
He's also was in numerous other Disney Channel things back around that time. So somebody
He's in The Kid. With
Bruce Willis. Yeah, he was in a lot of movies.
Yeah, he was a big kid star, like Cat in the Hat.
Right, he was in Cat in the Hat.
Yeah, I mean, he was in a lot of stuff. And so that is actually a pretty, I mean, obviously he's not as well known now.
No.
But that's a pretty big get for one of these movies.
Or it shows how far he's fallen.
Yeah.
He looks, even though he's obviously aged about 20 years since those movies came out, he somehow still looks the same.
He somehow still looks like a little kid from The Kid.
Jessica Russo, who is the COO of the company that is making this Boop horror movie, says getting your classic cartoon told as a horror film is still mind-blowing, but what sets Boop apart from all other horror IPs is her motivation. Boop's dark history is extremely grim, but this telling allows her to get her power back. A true statement to feminism led by a predominantly female team.
Oh, sure.
It's a
feminist movie.
Betty Boop is a feminist horror movie.
Okay. Yeah.
Prepare to be empowered, Allie. Boop. Coming to somewhere, sometime.
Probably not theaters.
We're in for some trouble. Like us normal people.
Uh-huh.
Because restaurants are going to stop allowing us to return food or ask for refunds.
Really?
Yeah. How do I know this? 8772-RadioU. Because there's a survey out that says 45% of people in the United States admit to abusing return policies. And it's not only that. I'm looking at like people posting, this is really recent stuff, of like using AI to help them Photoshop pictures of food
to get their money back on DoorDash.
To get food that was completely fine, but their way of getting the food for free. Obviously really messed up.
Yeah.
To do something like that. But I mean, how can you stop? It's, I mean, you look at that picture, Allie, you couldn't tell that that's not a raw burger.
I was going to say, you definitely can't tell that there is something fake about that photo because it looks real. Because all you asked AI to do was not generate an image, but edit an image that was real.
AI, while it may have some morals, it's not going to ask you why you want to Photoshop it to look raw.
Yeah.
And also you could just lie to it and be like, this is for an example to show my class of how
not to make a burger.
Right, exactly.
But I do think the dumb move on this guy's part is he posted it on X.
Yeah.
If you wanted to get away with it, why would you post it online?
He needs to be brought to justice.
Seriously.
I'm sure he did get away with it, but I don't know that people will go to that length to abuse their return policies to get stuff for free. I like to think people have a little more integrity than that, but 45% of people still say they abuse return policies. And while, yes, in theory, sometimes I'm like, if there's a loophole that you can exploit, be the first one to exploit it before it gets closed. But this is kind of different than that. And also, here's a thing I always say is, what if everybody did this?
Right.
This is not even what if everybody did this. If half of people are doing this, eventually the return policies are going to become so much more strict that when you legitimately should be able to return something or ask for a refund, you're not going to be able to.
Right.
And that is why this is wrong to me.
Yeah. I have only done the DoorDash thing one time, and that was because I was sick at home and didn't want to go anywhere. So I had food ordered. And it was delivered to my apartment. I was so upset. I got, I think it was Wingstop. I got a meal from Wingstop, and they literally, I'm like, how did they do this? They delivered it to my door with an empty cup, no lid.
What?
Just a styrofoam cup.
Oh,
the rest of the meal was there, and I'm like,
how did it make it to your...
How did it make it? And how would you, as a DoorDash driver, pick that up and be like, yep, empty cup, normal.
Yeah, right.
Normal, and definitely not an issue with this one here. And I did get the refund from DoorDash. So that's the only time I've done it. But yeah, like you said, in that scenario, you should get your money back because you genuinely ordered something and didn't get what you asked for. But if people are doing this, editing images and faking it and doing it a whole bunch of times to get money back and now encouraging other people by posting it online, DoorDash is certainly going to be more picky with that policy.
Yeah, they're going to be much more strict. You're going to need to provide much better proof, which again is just going to suck for the people that actually want to return or refund something.
Something that actually went wrong with the order.
I am so opposite of this that I've had so many times where something is wrong that I probably could ask for a refund and I don't.
I do that at restaurants. When I'm sitting down at a restaurant and they bring me something that's like slightly wrong, I'm so bad about actually telling them to correct it and like go fix it.
I went to a Chinese restaurant and got a Band-Aid inside a crab rangoon and didn't ask them for a refund.
No! That's pretty bad.
Granted, but like I had already left. It was to go. I had already left, gone home.
Okay.
I was 20 minutes away from the place.
Yeah.
And what am I gonna do? Call them? And then what are they gonna do? Like, and for $8 or whatever.
Sitting in the restaurant.
No. I probably would have done the same thing. But no. I can think of one time I found a screw in my Baconator fries. So you can guess where that was from. There was like a screw.
Ooh.
And so that time I did ask for a refund and they gave me like $50.
Whoa.
Yeah, I was like, okay.
I mean, yeah, you could have
I know where I'm eating for a little while.
You could have gotten injured, and I'm sure they were worried that you would like try and sue them or something.
Yeah. So that was, I guess it evens out.
Yeah.
Because I got way more than I deserve. But you know what? That's not going to happen anymore.
Yeah.
Because of these people doctoring their photos.
Yeah.
For no good reason.
Come on, people. Use this energy, this creativity in better ways.
Yeah. Get ready to vote in today's First to Worst, where Allie and I have a given topic, and you decide. We make our picks for the best and worst, and then you decide which of us chose better and which picks we missed. Today's theme is TV theme songs.
Yes.
What are the best and worst TV theme songs of all time? Allie, before we pick, what is your criteria?
What do you, like,
How did you decide this?
I basically just decided this off of, like, which ones would I not skip?
Yeah.
Because, you know, on the streaming services, the skip comes, there's a couple that I don't skip because I just love hearing them.
There's a lot that I don't skip.
There's a lot?
I was thinking I could think of like 20 different theme songs that I could pick for best.
There was 3 for me that I definitely don't skip each time because I just love the experience. And then the others for the most... Actually, it might be 4 now, but for the most part, I skip all the others.
Okay, I get the first pick. For best, I really wrestled with this because like I said, there's so many choices I think for best.
Yeah.
But I think the best TV theme song is Stranger Things.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, because it fits. I feel like part of my criteria was it has to fit the vibe of the show.
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of theme songs that are fun songs and you sing them, but do they fit the vibe? And Stranger Things definitely fits the vibe.
Most certainly.
I did almost not pick it because it doesn't have lyrics, but I still think it wins.
I mean, that doesn't mean anything. Like, one of my favorites doesn't have lyrics, so go ahead.
And then my worst, I had to pick Suits.
Oh, Suits.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's that one where, like, I don't know, it just sounds super outdated, but not in like a classic way.
Yeah. And
then there's that part where the guy's like, "Wah!" or whatever. And so Suits, never really even watched the show, but its theme song is really bad.
Yeah. I haven't seen it, so I don't even know.
Yeah.
But okay, I like those picks. Okay, for me, I'm going a little old school with my picks today. For first, I am going with the theme song from The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. I think this is definitely an unskippable one. Like you just immediately want to sing along as soon as he starts. So this is a story all about, like, immediately you want to get into it.
Yeah.
And so I went with that criteria of what do I skip, what do I not skip. For one that I always skipped and hated, and I thought it was so cheesy, and if you grew up in the early 2000s, you may have known this one. It was the theme song from Seventh Heaven. It was so annoying to me. It was like, Seventh Heaven. I was just I wanted to fall asleep.
I feel like I just skipped the whole Seventh Heaven show, but I do know what you're talking about. And then at the end of the theme song, it'd be like, ooh, Seventh Heaven.
Yeah, and it was just, for people that even loved the show, it was so cheesy. Like, it was just one of those, like, it was just trying too hard. And so, because to me, like, you can have a fun, wholesome show, a family show and have a great theme song, like Full House, I think of. That's a great theme song for that show, and it's very wholesome and lovely. Why did you have to do the seventh heaven? Like, seventh heaven? Like, it's so boring and just really cheesy.
8772 Radio U. You've heard our picks. Now we need to know from you who picked better and which picks did we miss entirely. What do you think of the best and worst TV theme songs of all time? Yet again, my picks. For best, I think Stranger Things. For worst, Suits. Allie, your picks.
For best, I went with The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. For worst, I went with Seventh Heaven.
Let us know your thoughts. We'll see what people are saying about this first to worst coming up. Today's topic is TV theme songs. I got to choose first, and my favorite is Stranger Things. My worst choice is the Suits theme song. Allie, your choices?
For first, I went with The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, and for worst, I went with Seventh Heaven.
And we have a bajillion votes to get to. Jesse at 8772 Radio U says, Allie gets my vote. Being from Philly, people sing the Fresh Prince song to me a lot, which should be annoying, but it's not. Also, singing the Seventh Heaven theme song makes me think you're saying 6-7.
Oh, it is very repetitive like that, so that's funny.
I think that's the reboot coming soon, 6-7 Heaven.
I don't like that. We heard from Landon. He said, the King of the Hill theme song is the greatest of all time.
That is unskippable.
Yeah, that's a great one. He says, I'll give Allie the nod because Fresh Prince is really good, but I don't know any of the others.
Landon, you got to watch Stranger Things. New season's about to drop. D says, Allie wins. I'm going old school with my picks. The best is the classic MASH theme song.
That is a great one.
The worst is Charles in Charge because it's really cheesy.
I don't know if I've ever heard of that.
I want Charles in Charge. I don't know if I'm just making that up. I feel that's what I think it is.
Know.
I don't know.
I wouldn't know. We heard from Regina. She says she hasn't seen Stranger Things, and the 2 episodes she's seen of Suits years ago, she didn't even remember the theme song. So she's going with Allie, with me today. She says, I at least do like and know the Fresh Prince theme song. For me, one of the best is the Psych theme song. It's so hilarious and ridiculous.
I know I would know that because I did watch Psych if I heard it, but I don't remember it.
I've never watched Psych. I know I need to because I know a lot of people have recommended it.
I feel like you would like Psych.
Yeah.
Susanna says at 8772 Radio U, Stranger Things is the best. So voting for Hudson, her other favorite, is the Monk theme song.
Oh, I love
Randy
Monk.
Newman.
Yes, Monk is such a fun show. We heard from Tom. He said best Knight Rider. For worst, he went with the original CSI series, which is just a song like by The Who, right?
Is that which one is the one
like
with The Who where it's like,
yeah! Yeah, isn't that a song by The Who?
When they put the sunglasses on. Is that CSI?
I don't know if that's the same one. That might be CSI Miami.
That's what I'm thinking of.
Yeah, the original CSI is the one in Las Vegas.
That's gotta be The Who.
You read the text next and I'll look this up.
Jenna says Family Matters was super catchy.
Okay, I don't know if I remember that one.
No, I don't either. Family Matters is a show with Urkel, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't watch that enough, nor do I remember the theme song. Also, Erin got in a vote. She says, going to have to go with Allie because all these years later, I still remember the lyrics to Fresh Prince.
Oh, man, they just stick in your brain. Also,
it's a pretty generational thing.
Right. Also, the song from CSI was Who Are You by The Who, which
right.
I feel like is very fitting because they're trying to figure out who killed who. So
maybe a little on the nose, perhaps.
According to Tom, yes. All right, who's our next text we haven't read yet?
We haven't got to William yet.
Okay, he says he's going with me because Fresh Prince was his jam and always he sang along with that one. He said 2 kids shows that have great theme songs are Arthur and Liberty Kids.
Oh, the Arthur song slaps.
Arthur is a great one. He says 2 adult shows with great themes are X-Files and The Greatest American Hero. Haven't heard of The Greatest American Hero or Liberty Kids, but Arthur and X-Files definitely know those ones.
All right, let's keep the votes coming at 8772 Radio U. First to worst, best and worst TV theme songs. We've heard from a lot of people with a lot of good suggestions. Allie's gotten a lot of votes and me not as much.
I also haven't heard any of my honorable mentions.
I know, so we got to get to those too.
Yeah.
Yet again, my picks, Stranger Things for best and Suits for worst. Allie, your picks.
Fresh Prince for best, and I went with Seventh Heaven for worst.
Cast your vote. Who chose better? Which picks did we miss? And first to worst TV theme songs. We'll see more of what people are saying. We're doing first to worst on Radio U, where Allie and I rank our first and worst choices from a topic. Today's topic is TV theme songs. I chose Stranger Things as first, and I chose Suits as worst. Allie, your picks?
I went with Fresh Prince of Bel-Air for first, and I went with Seventh Heaven for worst.
So let us know your picks for first and worst TV theme songs and which of us chose better. Corey got a vote in at 8772 Radio U. Corey says, I love classic synth keyboards, so I will go with Stranger Things.
All right.
Your worst picks are so bad I haven't heard either one. My favorite is the MacGyver theme. I have to do a little air drumming along with it every time.
Yeah, the MacGyver one's a fun one.
He also provided some clarity saying that every CSI series uses a different song by The Who.
I've only seen Las Vegas, the original one, with Grissom and all of those fun people, including somebody that has my last name, which I'm not going to say on the air, but has my last name. There's a character in there. But I didn't know that about the other ones also using songs from The Who.
Neither did I. I just always think of the yeah.
Yeah, that's from Who Are You?
Yeah.
So we heard from Chad this morning. He says, gotta go with Allie. Fresh Prince is iconic. And then for his picks, he says, Always Sunny, Airwolf, Scrubs, and Psych are good for honorable mentions for him.
I don't know if Sunny counts because it's a song that I guess The Who also for CSI. I don't know if it counts because those are songs that existed long before.
Yeah.
That are separate from the show and they just chose that. So
yeah.
do they count? I don't know. But he gave a lot of good options.
I think it'll be okay.
Yeah. But I wouldn't have chosen those. Or I would have disqualified those from me choosing anyways.
Okay.
Aaron says that for the best, she'd have to go with The Simpsons because it's been redone so many times in so many genres from jazz to metal, and it all sounds great. She also says, can't really think of a worse that's not really been said. Maybe I just blank out on those automatically. I agree. I think it's harder to choose a worst especially because you just skip it. After you hear it once, you skip it, and then you never think of it again.
Yeah, that's true. We heard from Tommy this morning. He says, don't forget about that 70s show for best song. It gives me all the feel good, let's hang out and chill with your best friends vibes. That is a really fun theme song.
We heard from Chris.
Hanging out. Sorry, I want to sing all of these.
Who says, can't believe Knight Rider hasn't been mentioned. It was, Chris, a moment ago. I don't remember the name of the person.
Yeah, but, I think it was Tom who said that was his best.
Yeah, he did. Here it is. Tom said, Knight Rider best, CSI worst. We also heard from John, who says the first is dark and the worst is everything else.
I don't know if I know Dark's theme song. And then we also heard from our very own Chris. He said, almost anything before the 2000s is great. Fresh Prince, Full House, Family Matters, Andy Griffith. Yes, the whistling.
Oh,
That's another great one.
It is true that, after, I think, the 90s, the theme song went out of fashion.
Down. Yeah, the effort level went down.
For a while, and then I feel like maybe not theme songs as much as, title sequences have come back into fashion.
Yes.
And so I think that, Stranger Things, you could credit for that. Allie, what are some of your honorable mentions? Because there's so many good ones.
There's so many good ones. I really had a hard time picking first because, like I said, I use the criteria of what is skippable versus unskippable. Mm-hmm. And so for me, this is a list of unskippable ones that are honorable mentions. And, you talked about how the title sequence ones that have kind of they've given rise to people wanting to have good, iconic theme songs again. Stranger Things is one, but I think another one from this around the same time that helped with this is Game of Thrones. That one is super unskippable, very iconic. It's only music, like Stranger Things, no singing, but everybody knows the dun 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 dun. You just know as soon as you hear it, it's Game of Thrones. So that's an honorable mention for me because I can't skip that one. SpongeBob SquarePants.
Of course.
VeggieTales. I can sing that one word for word. Full House. I mentioned that one earlier. And then Friends. No one's
I can't believe nobody said Friends.
I love that one.
I don't even like Friends, but I can't believe nobody said Friends.
Come on, the clapping. Everybody does the clapping.
And we can't say Friends without also saying Seinfeld was a big one for me. My close second to Stranger Things, in fact, I'm almost regretting not choosing this because I just love it, is the Succession theme song. That title sequence, which is just kind of like Seinfeld, used throughout the show. Basically, the entire score of the show is just different versions of the theme song. Okay. Which is pretty amazing to me. It just played with different instruments or different timing or, whatever. I also like The Office. I can't believe nobody said The Office.
No one mentioned
Obviously,
The Office.
I really like instrumentals.
Yes.
I like instrumental theme songs. But then there's, of course, many great songs with
With lyrics, SpongeBob
from
SquarePants.
the 90s. Yeah.
I mean, come on,
and
know
going
this.
back further.
Yeah,
so
we
the
know those
Brady
songs.
Bunch.
Oh yeah.
Cheers.
Yep.
The old school shows. I feel like every single Blossom. I cannot do this whole thing and not say Blossom.
The Facts of Life was another one
Yeah.
I liked.
Gosh, good grief. I just want to make a theme song playlist today.
That's a good idea. Thanks for listening to the RadioU Podcast. Don't forget to rate and review the show.